All right. Good morning, farmers. Welcome to Lagos Boy Farms, and this is Lagos Boy. And this morning, I want to talk to you about an interesting subject matter: why you should consider investing in livestock farming if you are based in the southwestern part of Nigeria. As we all know, what has been happening in recent time with the federal government and the southern state governors forum and all of those things, the back and forth on grazing routes, on ranching, advocating for ranching by the state government and for the federal government talking about this and that, and the conflict on amongst other things among cattle headers as well as farmers, has caused a lot of tension. And the reason for this is because there is, in my opinion, too much reliance on a particular part of the country for the supply of cattle, of course, and livestock generally. When you talk about, especially goats, cows, and rams, and all of those kind, not chicken. When you talk about Lagos, of course, you will agree with me that Lagos is the commercial consumption center for livestock. Whatever you want to sell, Lagos is the biggest market in Nigeria, and we eat a whole lot of meat, and that's the truth. There was a statistics about 2 years ago that says about 45,000 goats are slaughtered daily in Lagos State. Of course, I want to believe that is even below what the consumption rate will actually be for a state as big as Lagos. Of course, the statistics won't have captured the Yalamala that ties our goats on the roadside. We are talking about statistics just from the slaughterhouses that we have across the state. That's the ones that were able to give us this data that we are talking about. But we are not talking about the Yaput, those women will kill 4 or 5 goats in a day. Some even slaughter rams and all of those kind of things, and do a bit of cow too. In pieces, and they are not captured. These statistics did not cater for them because they have their butchers come into their restaurants to actually do the killing. So there is no way that would have been captured. That's to say that it's more than that. That's the point I'm trying to make. So Lagos State is actually a big, huge, robust market. But with all of this conflict going around in recent time, I've been in the goat business, supply of goat business meat for a while now, and in recent time I just noticed that there is a drastic drop in the numbers of animals or goats that come into Lagos State, and this, of course, from my interaction with my northern friends and northern people that I buy from the major markets you can mention in Lagos, what I realize is that they actually are going through a lot of security challenges. And we all know what's happening in the northern part of the country when you talk about the insecurity, when you talk about the issue with kidnapping and all of those. It's very, 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 very volatile in those parts. And what they made me to understand is that in recent time, they have been having so much challenge to even cross. Now, what many people who are not in this business do not realize is that most of the cattle, most of the goats, most of the ram that we consume in Lagos are actually not bred in Nigeria. Some are, but most are not. Most are, transported in from other countries like Niger, Chad. They share boundaries with Nigeria. So when they move them in, most of our buyers go into those areas to buy. I've been to Castina, to Dara, I've been to Meadua, I've been to Sokoto, I've been to Ilela, Tangaza, I've been to Achida. These are major markets in the northern parts of the country that cater for meat consumption in Lagos State. But the problems they are having now is because of this insecurity in these areas I've mentioned. They are now going to get it from Niger. Some of them still risk it and go that far, and instead of coming through a shorter route like coming through Sokoto, they go through KB, which is a longer route. So if they have to spend, like, maybe, let's say, 2 to 3 days from all those the normal routes to Lagos, they are now spending 5 to 6 days, which has made the cost of livestock to really skyrocket, and also made, you know, uh, the inflow, because some of them can't just put up with the stress, so some of them are taking their time. So instead of going 4 or 5 times in a month, you see them going just twice for those market runs. So these are the challenges that we are facing in the livestock business. And what I've come to realize is that we, as young, vibrant, upwardly mobile youths in the southwestern part of the country, we need to start to, consider going into, this business big time. Because, I mean, it just makes sense. I've interacted, I've been in this line for a while, and I've seen it's actually a very profitable venture if you actually, know what you're doing. But a lot of people will give you excuses as to why you shouldn't go into it and all of those things. I've mixed with all the levels, categories of people in the livestock chain. You talk about people who have been alakpatas, the butchers, the roadside guys, who, have been in it for 15 years, but do not have one head of cattle kept anywhere. They do not have one goat that is being bred anywhere. They do not have anything, nothing. So what they do for the past 15 years that they've been in business, of course, some of them have succeeded in the little category that they can. They've built houses or just a house or whatever it is. Most of these guys go to the market every week to buy what they have to sell. They don't have a stockpile. They are not thinking of anything futuristically. There is no plan whatsoever. So if there is a boycott, if there is a cutout of their supply from the north, they are stuck forever. They cannot survive. Their business shuts down. So the point I'm trying to make is that, and of course, I've interacted with them. I've asked them, why don't you have a farm where you do goats and you have them? And goats are very good with, they survive and all of those. They'll give me excuses that the goats that are peculiar to the north, which is the common Sokoto red, as well as the Gala goats and all those tall ones, the white fairy goats, are actually not, do not find it easy to survive in the southwestern region. And well, there is a truth to it, but I just believe that you shouldn't back down in the face of challenges. You shouldn't now say, okay, because they don't survive means that you cannot in any way go into it because of the low survival rate. I mean, it's all about research. The question you should ask is, why do they survive, better in the northern part of the country? Those are the questions you need to ask, and try and create the same conducive environment or familiar environment. One of the things, of course, that this set of people do not realize is that when you talk about livestock shipment, or you move a goat or a livestock from one point to the other, they tend to fall ill because the body systems is finding it very hard to adjust to a new environment. That is not to say that they will not survive. So the question we need to ask is that, what is the cost and how do we mitigate or reduce it? But you see them completely backing out, okay, even if you say that you can't go into those ones that the northern guys are used to having or breeding, why not go into the local ones and crossbreed them with a male from that end? Do you understand? And start improving the genes, because we have the ones that are common to us in this part are not that as big as those ones. Fine. But how do you begin to? But you just see people are just laid back. So I want to encourage, and I'm using this avenue to encourage the young guys who are, you're out of school, your father has 3 acres of land, 4 acres of land somewhere, and you are thinking of what business you can do. The livestock business is a very, very good business. And let me tell you, you're saying, because this is like a call to all to come into it. And you're saying, if everybody's doing it, then what? I just told you, 45,000 a day, goat slaughtered. That's about a year or two statistics ago. And the market is still yearning and has increased. And, it's just amazing. 45. Let's even say for a day. Can you supply 1,000 goats a day? Do you get? So if I have a network of farmers, like say 100 people that have like 1,000 each in their farms, that is still not catering to anything. Do you understand? So we need to come in en masse and begin to do this business and realize that there's serious potential that will help us as a country. And because we're talking about food security, we cannot allow anything, in my opinion, to threaten the food security of Lagos State. It's not just, I mean, everybody is coming into the state, everybody. And if there is anything, everything shut down and there is no inflow. And don't forget that the major inroad that this guy is route they use is the coming through Ibadan. Do you understand? So if anything happens anywhere, Lagos is stranded, except for guys who have, ranches in Lagos and all of that, and farms in Lagos. And how many goats or cow would they be able to provide to feed the people? So we need to begin to think about this. This is a call to the young people. Farming is not the what you used to think it is. There are myths to farming. There are lies about farming. Farming is not a tech, is low tech. Farming is for the old, primitive. These are all myths. Farming, if you go to South Africa, I mean, just check it out. Go to Kenya, check it out on YouTube. You don't have to travel there. One of the things we've always wanted to do is to have people that we can impact, help, share knowledge with, the things, the do's and the don'ts of livestock farming. And you'll learn. You'll make mistakes, but you will learn. And I would want to seize this opportunity once again to encourage you as a young person out of school, no job, you're considering it, you're not sure, you don't know how it's going to turn out, you're looking for a corporate job, is not coming, why not consider it? Why not just give it a shot? I mean, you must have a flair for it. I'm not saying if you don't have a flair for it, you have to do it, but you must have a flair. If you have that yearning, you like animals, you have that innate, ability or love for creatures like I do, then, consider livestock farming. Consider it. Thank you so much. I wish this video has been able to help one or two persons. Thank you very much. If you've not subscribed to our channel, please do, and we are sure to bring you great content like this.